Jade Cargill has finally admitted the truth about Bianca Belair. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what Jade had to say and why it's so substantial. So we know that Jade Cargill is feuding with Naomi. We also know that Jade is starting to mix it up with Bianca Belair, who should be away from this feud, although she's still in the middle of it, considering that she won the Elimination Chamber and is going to be challenging for the Women's World title at WrestleMania 41. Jade Cargill and Naomi, they are on a collision course, and it all dates back to the mystery attacker angle. Jade Cargill, who was then a one half of the women's tag team champion, she was laid out in the backstage area by a mystery attacker. She was taken off television and kept that way for months with people guessing who done it. Well, it was finally at the Elimination Chamber event. Bianca Belair, well, she witnessed the absolute brutality in which Jade Cargill unleashed on Naomi in that match. She came out there and she absolutely destroyed this woman and eliminated Naomi from the Elimination Chamber match, having her structured out. The following week, Jade lays out Naomi yet again after Naomi did admit that, yes, she was the one behind the attack. We got a pretty good sit-down interview with Jade Cargill, and then, well, things heated up from there. Obviously, Jade Cargill was recently attacked by Naomi. March 21st episode of SmackDown, she was attacked by Naomi. Naomi screwed her out of a match with Liv Morgan. An excellent match, I might add, on SmackDown. She hit her with the women's tag team titles and then proceeded to beat down. Now, afterwards on social media, Jade was asked by a fan why she didn't warn Bianca about Naomi when she knew that she was her attacker. Cargill responded by stating that she did not trust Bianca and had previously been closer with Naomi. That's interesting. Now, Cargill would then also respond to the idea that she accused Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez of attacking her. Jade said, "I didn't accuse them of crap. I didn't, and I don't trust anyone. So I get the short end because I accused them, right? I sat back and was getting my mental right. Y'all are sick." Okay. So they're trying to make as much reality out of this storyline that has a lot of backstage intrigue to me, right? We'll get into like the past reports and everything like that I think actually ties into this. But let's break some things down for a minute. Jade Cargill not trusting Bianca Belair. You know what? I can actually see that, right? If you're Jade and you seemingly are having a pretty good tag team run with Bianca, and then all of a sudden you get attacked out of nowhere by someone. You're laid out, you're viciously hurt, and then as time goes on, you realize, oh wait, the attacker was Naomi. Well, Naomi is now one half of the women's tag team champions. And if you're looking at it from a storyline standpoint, for whatever reason, even though Jade is medically cleared to return, she cannot be tag team champions with Bianca, or she wasn't medically cleared in time to be tag team champions with Bianca. Jade Cargill, while close with Bianca, knows that Naomi and Bianca are closer. Therefore, if Naomi did this and has not admitted to this, why wouldn't she think that Bianca doesn't know? So that actually makes sense. And I wish, because these are actually very good dots to connect, I wish they would tell this on television, because these are actually really good points. And these are points that you can take, and these are points that you can gravitate towards, and you can book around, and you can make importance. This is very interesting, right? And Bianca Belair, she's somewhat stayed quiet about all this on television, somewhat, right? We haven't got a full direct face-to-face boot with Jade and Bianca, although I expect that to come. That's another thing. Now, backstage reports, what was I indicating? So, you had a situation in which there was a report that went absolutely just wild. You had a report that Jade Cargill had an incident, a little backstage confrontation, if you will, with Shayna Baszler from last year, right? Some say, and there was mixed reports about this, some say that, Jade was working a little strong, or Shayna was working a little strong, or, Shayna was upset that Jade tapped in the middle of the match, and whatever. it doesn't really matter. It's fun to debate. It's fun to theorize. It's fun to speculate. I do that here on the channel, but not necessarily about real life things. I try to stay away from that. So you have this thing where you could really play into this. Like if they wanted to draw a little bit of money, what if they had Naomi bring in Shayna Baszler? Shayna's not doing much nowadays. Why not? Right? If you wanted to prolong this feud even more, which has a lot of merit. Like, look, I understand people crap all over Jade all the time, but you have something here with Jade and Naomi. And it's interesting because, you know, for the long time viewers will know this here on the channel, I was a huge advocate for, I believe that it was time through the middle of 2024 that WWE's got to pull the trigger. They got to do Jade versus Bianca before it's too late, right? This was around the time they were still tag team champions, before they lost it. At Clash at the Castle, Dyla Dawn and Alba Fire, I think that was the event. Someone will let me know down in the comments here below. And so they lost the titles. I'm like, okay, great. We can do the Bianca Jade feud. And then they put them as tag team champions yet again. And I think it was because WWE felt like Jade wasn't ready. And I've seen, not seen, but I've heard this from other people where it's like Jade looks a lot different now compared to what she looked like a year ago or when she first signed with WWE. She slimmed down quite a bit. And that does take away from the mystique. That does take away from the it. That does take away from the presence of Jade Cargill. And I am a little concerned about that. But regardless, I think WWE is just fine. Jade is still very unique. She doesn't look like many people on the roster. So I think she's going to be A-okay. But I also think that you have to look at it like this. Jade Cargill is a big-time name. She is. And what they've been able to do with Jade and Bianca has been really, really good. Because we've gotten to see them as friends. Now we're starting to see them a little bit as frenemies, if not enemies. I think you can build on that. I think you can add to that. I think that is good stuff. And as we go into WrestleMania, while Jade is focused on the women's title, and it looks like, if not already, they've confirmed it will be a triple threat. It will be Rhea Ripley. It will be Bianca Belair, and it will be Io Sky for the women's world title at WrestleMania. They're keeping Bianca on SmackDown for a reason. I think with Jade and Naomi on their own together, I think it's magic. I think it's money. I think it's brilliant. But I think they feel like, okay, we need Bianca in the mix as well to keep everything afloat and to keep that star power alive. I could be wrong, though.